Hey everyone, it's Jennifer with DP Addiction Adventures. Welcome. I know I'm a little early, but I just wanted to get things rocking and rolling. So I'm still working on getting camera angles all set up before I go live because I don't have the best setup for live. Hey Marissa, hey Wendy. Working on what works for me and going live. How you guys doing? Ready for some Diamond Art Club chit chat? Hey Elizabeth, welcome. What are you guys up to this Friday evening? I just spilled some 310s on my canvas. Hey Connie. Oh, Marissa, I hear you. I am so glad it is Friday. I was just telling my friend that I don't think I could have taken one more day of this week. I needed it to be Friday. Hey Carly, so good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. As I listed, tonight is appetizer night before we all go over to Mrs. Coffee's after hours lounge. Oh, Elizabeth, you're packing. Oh, hi Lizzie. You're packing Etsy orders. Can you remind me again what you sell on Etsy? I would love to know and love to know the name of your store. I can go check it out. I love Archer's Arts with Jen Archer for my, let me see here if I can show you, my diamond grinder. Love it, use it all the time. And then I let my daughter use my big tray that I got from her. However, I noticed somebody else selling some 3D trays, and there's one out there, and I think Donnie has bought from them. Oh, Elizabeth, I'll have to go check that out. Diamond painting pens. I love collecting them. This is one. But yeah, I was looking on this Etsy account, and he has a butterfly tray. So I'm going to mimic it. So here's the butterfly wings, right? Like this. And then in the middle, he has a divider. So you can actually have two colors at the same time without being mixed. Oh my goodness. I'm like, seriously, I'm going to have to check it out. Oh, Marissa, the 4D Designs is the on Etsy. Hey, Jackie, so good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Yes, 3D. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to have to, I'm saving up. I think it's $15 plus shipping. I'm saving up and I'm going to get myself one of those butterfly trays. So excited about that. I love how creative our community is. Do you guys look around the world and see diamond painting everywhere? Like, I can convert that into a pen. Oh, that would be an awesome tray design. Oh, that would be a wonderful custom. Oh my goodness. Hi, Carly. Are you talking about this one or the one that you're working on? Because I am super excited about the one I'm doing. I just finished the Gorgeous Girl Spring custom from Houlican. And granted, it wasn't popping drills like crazy, but it was still popping drills. And so I just needed a break. I needed something I knew for sure was quality. So I pulled this baby out, and I'm super excited. Yeah, Kathy, the purple one was beautiful. Oh, he did a monkey? I saw he had an elephant one, and I love elephants, but I didn't think the design for a tray would work well for me. I thought the butterfly would fit me better. So super excited about that. So yeah, for those of you who are new, I am doing, or watching this video after live, I am doing Diamond Art Club's Little Bite, and it has 33 colors, and it's a 50 by 67. It's called One Little Bite, and it's square. Hey, Diamond Painting Dreamer, thanks for coming. So good to see you. Marissa, you're waiting for him to do a llama? That is too funny. I have a friend who loves llamas at work, and I actually did a diamond painting, and she named him Edward, and he sits on her desk. It's a 40 by 50, and I framed it. I think it's in one of my videos, but it's everybody who sees it loves it. That's how I introduce. So yeah. I wanted to give you guys a tip that I discovered, and I'm sure many of you who are pros at diamond painting discovered this too, but it really, really worked. So I had a video about what to do with all those green trays and white trays that we use. And sometimes, I know Wendy, you do this, you know, we put different drills in different colors in it. But some people get really scared to have that many colors out, or maybe they'll get mixed up, or they forget to label them. But something that really worked well for me on my last diamond painting is whatever color I finished. So if I'm doing this section and I'm doing all 3 tons, and then I move on to this pink, I think it's 150, I actually leave a few of the first color in the tray. Go ahead and do this one, the 150, and as I go along, my eye starts going, oh, I missed that, and the color's right there. And I just kind of did that, and so then when I was done with the 150, I'd put the 310 away, put the 150 out, and take the next color, and then as I'm doing it, I would notice 150s that I had missed, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is working so well, because how many times, you guys, have you been diamond painting and you put a color away, you're like, oh my gosh, I just put that away. And it worked so well. It cut down on me going back and forth significantly. So yeah, I just wanted to share that little tip tonight as we were together. Also, I just got back. Whew, like I literally ran in the door, tucked my daughter in, changed into comfortable clothes, and went live. I just went with a friend after work to see Captain Marvel. OMG. Have you guys seen Captain Marvel? How many people have? Raised their hand in the chat, please. Girl power, I'm telling you. I am an Avengers fan, but not like one of those, I'm going to dress up and go the first day. And my coworker, the one that I made Edward for, the llama, she is a huge Avengers fan and goes in comics and goes to Comic-Con and all that kind of stuff. And so we went and saw Avengers 4 together, and we saw Black Panther together. So we went tonight and saw Captain Marvel together. And I don't know, it was just so, I love how those movies intertwine together, and they're funny, they're dramatic. Okay, Carly, I promise I won't ruin it for you. I'm not even going to talk about the movie itself. I'm just talking about Marvel in general. I'm a Marvel fan over a DC fan. I mean, I do watch Superman and Batman sometimes, but give me Avengers over that. And I just Had so much fun. There's some funny parts. You know, there's some parts there that are for the men in your life if they like action, and there's drama. One thing I liked about this is there wasn't like a romantic part of it, and that was kind of relaxing for me, because right now relationship information, I really don't want to deal with it. I want to get as far away from relationship issues right now and just enjoy my weekend. So it was nice to be able to go and see that. So, oh good, Carly. I'm glad you're a Marvel house. I'm not dissing on the DCs. I just think there's more like wit, there's more storyline, there's more tack involved. There's a lot of intertwining that I absolutely loved how Stan Lee did it, and the writers and producers and directors. I just feel like there's more depth, if I can say that, about a superhero. Can I say that and not sound shallow? Just wondering. So Carly, who is your favorite DC superhero, and who is your favorite Marvel hero, and like what do you like about their superpower or their abnormality? I don't know. I'm a tried and true, really like Iron Man. I do. I think it's because he was a regular human. He doesn't have a superpower, but yet he's able to use his knowledge. What about you guys? Disclose. Tell me, please. Don't leave me hanging. Last night I was watching a little bit of Wolfpack's live. How many were there? She is a hoot. Love her. Love Eli the cat and his appearances. My dog perks up her ears, Zoe the Zoom Zoom dog, when she hears Eli. Hey Sherry, so good to see you. Thank you for joining us for this little appetizer. Just kind of wetting your whistle, getting our DP pens ready for the late night Friday. Yeah, Sherry, Eli is pretty awesome. I think secretly that's why Wolfpack's numbers, her subscribers, went through the roof, because there's a little Eli fan club, which I'm part of. Proud to say. Absolutely. I'm trying to think if there's any interesting things that I did this week that you guys would want to hear about. Let's see here. Oh, I did an interpreter training. Oh, top 4 Marvel. Here we go. Here, are you guys ready for Carly's top 4? Okay, we got Iron Man, we got Thor, we got Hulk, and Spider-Man. Oh my goodness, was it Civil War that Spider-Man made his first appearance in the Avengers scheme of things? I died laughing so hard about his character and being a teenager. They truly did a good job about this guy trying to please Tony Stark, Iron Man. I laughed so hard. Crazy. Loved it. So this morning, well, a couple weeks ago, I was asked to help our interpreters. Okay, so for those of you who do not know, or don't know which live you're on and who you're talking to, you just found something that looked pretty. I am a therapist for the refugee community. Okay, so my job is basically a counselor, and I do all my counseling through interpreting, and it's live. I mean, the interpreters are sitting there, And part of my job is to train these interpreters to interpret in a therapy setting. Okay, so they go through a 2-week interpreter training for interpreting in general. But when I first came on, I realized, whoa, there's a significant difference between therapeutic interpreting and interpreting for a case manager or a doctor. And we needed to train differently. Well, hello, Abra. Are you ready to place your 10 drills tonight? I'm so excited for you. You are going to do it, okay? So you have like 3 or 4 hours to place 10 drills. Are you up for the challenge? I just watched Captain Marvel and it was girl power, so you can do it. I know you can. You can do it! Woo! We're your cheerleaders. We're going to ask you at the end of the night if you laid those 10 drills, okay? And if you do, I will diamond paint you a diabetic turtle. How's that sound? So, I was doing a training for interpreters today. So there was about 20 interpreters in there. And I was talking about therapy. And as I'm talking, I have my little pointer. And I talk a lot with my hands, okay? And I go to point at the screen with my hand and forget I have the clicker to click the slides forward, and I just like throw the clicker across the room and it hits the whiteboard and shatters. I'm like, wow. And so I just stared at this pen that's lying on the floor, and the battery's out, and the plastics like had split apart, and I'm just like, well, that was real professional of me. So yeah, no kidding, Sherry. Oops. The funny thing is I have been so trained to be unshockable that I literally just left it on the floor and kept talking. Like, I was like, well, you know, things happen, and I just kept going like nothing had happened, and would have to keep stepping over it because I walk and pace the room. And I was just like, all right, training with Jen. This is how it's going to be. But a lot of what I train is failing's okay. And I don't like to use the word failure, but you know, messing up, making mistakes is okay, because that helps build rapport. That helps show people that you're human and that you do not think that you are above anybody else. And when I make a mistake in front of somebody, it somehow releases the tension, and then they get what I'm saying. So part of me almost wants to, like, in my session, have notes that say, insert here, mistake. Insert here, spill your water. Oh. All right, I got to back up. Abra says, wow, that's not much time, 3 to 4 hours. Yes, Abra, but the problem is I have to find a picture of a diabetic turtle. So, if you know how I could get a picture of a diabetic turtle, I will turn it in and make it custom and send it to you. Oh, hey, Blonde Air. So good to see you. Glad you're here. Oh, Soulful Brush. Good to see you. Connie, did you sneak in? Good to see you. Yeah, Sherry, like I said, we all make mistakes. And then Blonde Air wants to share with us, like crossing the street in downtown DC when your slip is too big, falls off in the crosswalk, and you step out and keep walking. Exactly. And that never happened to you, right? Not in a million years. Oh my goodness. Crazy, crazy. Oh. So yeah, that was my morning, and then I had 2 clients, and one of them I went over. I had 2 clients back to back, and one of them went over by 15 minutes. So I felt really bad for the next client because his poor session. I have 50-minute sessions, so I can go over 10 minutes and do 60 minutes and still give the next client 50. But 15 is hard for me to recover from. Because the interpreters, my schedule might be open, but the interpreter's schedule may not. And I have to pay them anything over. So I really try to keep it to that 1 hour. Oh. Oh, I want you to have a live and tell us your funny stories, Blonde Air. I so want to hear them. Where were you going after this slip incident? Like, were you going to work or going home? Sherry, you wouldn't need to insert it. It would happen soon enough. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hear you. One mistake that I make a lot that I'm really trying to figure out how to get over is we use Outlook. And oh, thanks, Peppers. Yeah, this is from Harbor Freight. I'll show you an empty one. So it snaps open, and it usually comes with 2 foams that you can take out or you can leave in. I like to leave them in because then it keeps from shifting. You get 24 of these little buckets, and they open and close, and I've used these a lot, so I mean they're pretty durable. There's 24 of them, and they fit, oh my gosh, they fit like 2 of these bags, so maybe 6 to 8 of the 200 bags, and they are under $5. I get mine for, I think they're $4.50, and then I have a 20% off coupon usually. So I usually get them just over $4. Definitely. Harbor Freight. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I have 8 of them. And I find that most of the canvases that I go to use 2. However, for this little bite, I'm using 1. And then I'm going to, this is from Who It Can, so ignore the color palette. But I'm going to put colors 25 to 33 in baggies and label them and just lay them on top because I want to be able to kit up some more. So yeah, I don't know. That's just what I'm going to try to do. So yeah, check out Harbor Freight. Yeah, Blonde Air, I do, I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on. I just noticed you're blonde noir. So sorry, I kept calling you Blonde Air. Forgive me, please. Again, mistakes, people, mistakes. Wear your glasses when you're diamond painting for a live chat. Please, please. You just oh my goodness, you just pretended you didn't even see it. Oh, yeah, Sherry, definitely look into them. For a while, I was picking up, I would take my daughter with me because we'd go there after soccer practice, and she would have a coupon and I would have a coupon, and I was buying like 2 a week for, you know, about a month, and that's how I got my 8. So yeah. Soulful Brush. I do not have a Facebook group, but I am an admin on Diamond Painting Underground. Wendy, please help me. I'm so sorry. My brain hurts. Wendy and I are admins on a Facebook group, so you're welcome to join us there. That's where I like to hang out. There's so many Facebook groups out there that I decided not to make my own. So, yes, thank you. Diamond Painting Underground. For some reason, as I was saying it, I wanted to flip to Underground Diamond Painting. I just see myself under my desk, like the Underground Railroad. Please, I'm not diamond painting a diamond art club. I promise. I promised my husband I did not spend all this money. Yeah, so I use the Harbor Freight for my kitting up and my work in progress, and then I use the Darius as my long-term storage. And I'm probably going to do a video in the next 2 weeks on my storage again. I've done a video previously, but it's time to, all right, Soulful Brush, we'll see you in a few. We'll probably need to update it and just kind of show people again, because our community has grown so much. It's nice not to have to backtrack and try to figure out which videos you've seen and haven't seen. Oh, Jackie, that's so nice of him. Your hubby is always so nice. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, so that's Harbor Freight. I'm trying to think. Yeah, so this week has been kind of long. And I know we talked about it kind of opening up the live, but I had a conference, a training conference on Wednesday and Thursday. And right now my caseload, I need all 5 days to handle my caseload. And, but with 2 full days out of the office, I had to stack Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. So Monday and Tuesday were, I didn't do any diamond painting. I wasn't able to do a video. I would fall into bed at night and kind of lurk and watch other people's videos, dreaming about Thursday when I knew that I could finally diamond paint. Then Wednesday I had my training, and then Thursday I show up to the training with everybody else, and the trainer was ill, so they canceled it. So I went back to the office, and it was really nice to not have clients and just do all the paperwork and the reporting. There's a couple of reports I had to do to help reunify a mom with her 2 kids. Her 2 kids are in Ethiopia right now in a lot of serious danger, and we're trying to get them reunified. And I'm writing a report to say, the mom is not crazy, which is true, I'm not lying, but there's lies going around, and just kind of doing a report on her mental health and the kind of mom she is, and kind of to get the kids to at least a safe camp during the reunification process, because reunifying even with children can take anywhere from 2 to 5 years. So that's what I did yesterday, and then I already told you about today and the flying PowerPoint clicker. And then I had Captain Marvel tonight, and then I had to get a live in. And how do I get a live in? Because our lovely Stephanie with Wolfpack did Thursday night, and I love being part of her live. And then Mrs. Coffee does a live tonight, and then I'm busy tomorrow night, and I'm just like, I've got to get something in. So it hit me. I was like, I'll do an appetizer, so I'll get everybody warmed up, kind of like the opening band, and I'll get everybody warmed up, and we'll be all ready to go over and see Mrs. Coffee and see how she's doing, right? Oh, I know. It's so heartbreaking. Oh, no worry, gal Charlotte. I'm glad. Please ask any questions. I have trouble with my hands sometimes, and so tweezers are really hard for me. And so even with squares, like this is a square painting, I don't do tweezers. But I know people who do, and it works great for them. And normally people do tweezers with square, but I haven't seen anyone do it with round, but it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. And then, oh, hey crafting with Christy. So good to see you. But yeah, it's heartbreaking because I can't go into too much of the story for identifiers, but the woman I work with was sold on the black market and was trafficked and beaten and tortured, and I'm not going to get into all of it because this is a happy night, right? And so she escaped and was able to come here, and her kids went with her mother, her grandmother, and now the grandmother is abusing the kids by forcing them to work because the grandmother does not want to work. And so there are kids working out in the field, out in the, elements, and it's just not a good situation. And then the country they're in does child soldiers, and so there's that threat, and it just keeps continuing on and on and on. And so we're trying to figure out the best way, and we have all the sources, like we know we have a whole reunification department, but it's just with everything that's happening here in the United States with immigration laws. I don't care what side you are, I'm not going to get political, but it's just affecting everybody involved, and some innocent lives are in the balance because of it. And so it's just hard to work through all that red tape, even if you're legitimately working to what this country is trying to do positively. So yeah, that's my long story. So, let's see. Oh, Soulful Dash. Oh, you're posting your current work. Great. I'll check it out when I'm done with the live because I'm using my phone right now. Oh yeah, it's not tweezers. It's a double-sided diamond painting pen that was made by Carol and Sean with diamond painting pen. Oh, guys think I'm crazy. I do not have any brain power right now. It's a Facebook group, but I love it. It's made out of acrylic. Let's see. Oh, I work for it's a refugee organization. So it's all over the country. I think we have 19 different sites. But our home national office is here where I live in West Michigan. And so the company I work for, or the organization, is a nonprofit, and it has two avenues. They do adoption and foster care, both in country and with internationally. And then they also do refugee assistance. So the program I work for is specifically for tortured refugees and asylum seekers. But right outside my office is like a mini employment agency, medical health agency for high medical needs, housing, resettlement, post-resettlement, continuing education, ESL. Like it's basically a one-stop shop. So, and they're wonderful people. I know. Thanks, Carly. I love what I do. I spent 10 years working with human trafficking survivors. My specialty is trauma and grief, and so I worked with that. And then this organization I've been with over 18 months, so in August it'll be 2 years. I just love working with sincere people who just need some extra help, you know? Gal, Charlotte, I'm so glad. 10 o'clock sometimes is late. I know. Last week, I didn't want to be rude, but I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 1 a.m. Like, and I'm so scared I'm going to miss something. Okay, that's my self-esteem, that I'm going to miss something awesome. And so it was like 1 o'clock, and Mrs. Coffee was saying, yeah, I'm just gonna finish this flower, just be about 15 more minutes. And when I got to 1:30, I'm like, oh girl, I gotta go to bed. So I went to bed, and then I checked the next day, and I think you guys went like another 30 or 40 minutes. And I was like, there's no way I was gonna be able to stay up that late. Marissa, yes, handmade diamond painting pens. Awesome. You guys, I love that you rescue me. Yes, it is green. Green is my absolute favorite color. It's beautiful. But I do have two more. It's my nifty. I have a silver and dark blue. Let's see if I can get it in the camera. It's hard to tell, but it's silver and dark blue. And then I won this one, and I asked for a 3-placer and a single. But you can take these out and put, well, I might need a tweezers or, oh, it's coming. I might need tweezers or a little pliers, but you can take these out and stick different heads in them. So I have 3 from them. And then, let me see, I have a couple more. I had a Stabilo pen, but I can't find it. I thought my daughter might have taken it, but she didn't. Let me put this down before I make a mistake. Haha, and stick it right on the plastic. So I have this quick stick made by Memory Keepers. And I put just the normal wax in it because you can take this off and you can pull this out. And I put the normal wax in it. However, I am so hard on my drills. I press really hard that I kind of broke some of the plastic off, so I need to get a new pen. And then I made this pen, which I'm actually going to make another one for the giveaway, where I just took a regular diamond painting pen and wrapped it and made this duct tape rose. So that's kind of cool. And then I had to buy this little froggy. It lights up. You can't really tell because my light's on, but it does light up. But I've never used him. And then I've got this little guy, and it has wax on the bottom, but I don't like the way they design this because it stands up on its own, but then the wax gets all dirty. But he bends, or she bends, back and forth. I don't use this one a lot, even though it's thick, because the way I hold my pen, my finger rubs right on this ridge, and then it hurts my finger. So I don't really use this one, but it's pretty. And then this is the bottom of my Stabilo pen to prove I have one, right? And then I made a pen out of this. But I don't really like it because the bottom doesn't stick out very well. And then let me see. Oh, and then I was playing around with this pen. And this is funny. Okay, so this pen is like an hourglass pen. All right. I just thought it was cool. It came in a 3-pack. And it's just normal pen. But I thought, I wonder how to turn this in. I'm not very good at turning pens into things. So I took this and I took the innards out of this pen and I stuck this in, and when I pulled this out, the metal stayed in. I was like, well, that was easy. So I cut the innards and stuck the pen ink back in, because that way it like pushes up against here, so when I push down hard, it's still, I mean, it's got reinforcement inside the barrel, and then I hot glue gunned it. And so yeah, but I guess I can stick, I don't really use it. So yeah, that's kind of my pens. I didn't mean to collect them, but that's where we're at. All right, I gotta catch up. Thanks, Connie, so much. Yeah, it's just one of those things, you know, we all need help. Like, we all need support. I had a woman on Monday who started crying because she's a weekly client and she has not come in for about a month. And she's just like, you know, I'm such a burden. Like, I just shouldn't be this week. I shouldn't have to come in all the time. And so we were talking, and finally I just talked to her and I said, you know, like, your husband right now isn't a great support system. And you talked about how it's really hard for you to make friends because of your trust levels. I was like, so it's okay to come in because everybody needs somebody they feel safe with, somebody they can talk to. And if I can be that person for you, then I'll be that person for as long as you need me. And she just started crying because she was just like, I always think I'm a burden to you. And I'm like, you are not a burden. You know, I choose to do this. And we just had such a special moment together. I'm catching up. Sorry, guys. I was talking. Peppers, what do you mean? Just started. Yeah, I started last night. I laid about, let me pull this up. I laid this little tiny corner while I was listening to Wolfpack. Because most of last night I was de-kitting, I guess. Putting away the tulips I finished. Putting away, like, in what I called it, deep storage. Putting away some of those things. So yeah, I just started. Gal Charlotte, where do you work? I'm doing great crafting with Christy. I'm glad I'm now in my self-care mode with you guys and just able to just kind of relax and enjoy chit-chatting with the girls and maybe some boys. Yeah, Cindy's Traveling Crafts. I love the silver and blue, so I switch back a lot. Woot woot. All right, let's see here. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I've caught up with you guys. Oh, you sell new home constructions. Oh, no, not boring. So I'm a member of our neighborhood Facebook group. We live in a neighborhood. It's probably 2 miles by a mile or 2 by 2. Super cute. Everybody. So we have 2 neighborhoods. There's one neighborhood that everybody wants to be in, but nobody can afford to. And then we have our neighborhood, which our neighborhood has like a playground. People walk their dogs and push their strollers. Everybody knows your name. You just, you know, it feels safe. We have the library right up the street. We have an ice cream walk-up window. We have a local hardware store and a farmer's market. It's just a quaint, cute family neighborhood. So I'm looking, and they were posting, because our neighborhood everybody wants to live in. It's greatly priced. It's local to downtown, but yet it's local to some of the other attractions. And one of the houses in the neighborhood, because the housing market has now become the sellers instead of the buyers market, and the house looks nothing like our house. Okay, so it's probably, if you gave our house a grade of an A, this house is probably a B. It's a really nice home, but like our house has a finished basement, it has a laundry room, you know, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This house is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. But the kitchen needed to be remodeled. Ours has been remodeled. I mean, we've lived here for almost 15 years, and every year we pick a different room. And it was selling for literally $40,000 above what we bought our home for. Okay, so I texted my husband and I said, "Look, we could so sell our house and make money." And he was like, "Yeah, that's great, but then what house are we gonna buy?" And so I started looking at the houses, like the next step up. And the next step up is like adding another 100,000. I mean, it's not, it's not like, you know, you might be going from, in our area, houses sell anywhere from 80,000 to 250 to 300,000. So it's a huge spread, not just in our neighborhood, I mean like in our city. And so we're like right in the middle. And if we sold our home and made money, we would still lose money because the next step up from our home would be like adding it, not like 20,000, it'd be adding 100,000. So I was like, seriously? All right, well, we're going to live here forever. Oh my gosh. Crazy, crazy. I live in West Michigan. So, just west of Lansing. So yeah, we're about 45 minutes to an hour away from Lake Michigan. So we're not right on the lake. But it's like the up and coming city in Michigan. So, yeah, but I love where we live. I love our house. It's perfect. It's the perfect size. If I had a bigger house, I would hate cleaning it because I already hate cleaning my house. But we have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. We have a living room, a dining room, a gallo kitchen, and then the basement is half of it is the family room, and then the craft area we're in right now that you're seeing is part of the family room, and then my husband's office. So that's one half of the basement, which is a good like 12 by 20 feet, maybe 25 feet. And then the other side is unfinished, but it has a finished bathroom and the laundry area, the furnace, and that's where all of our storage is, and there's tons of room over there. And it's where my makeshift pantry is because my kitchen is so small that my husband made me some shelves, and that's where I keep all my quote-unquote canned and processed food. So, yeah, Gal Charlotte, it's kind of funny because I'm originally from Southern Ohio. So I'm from Dayton, Ohio, which is north of Cincinnati, south of Columbus. It's like right in the middle of those two cities. And so when I came to Michigan, everyone was like, your Ohio accent. And then when I go to Ohio, everyone's like, your Michigan accent. Like, I can't win. And there's this big debate, okay? So you have Ohio State versus Michigan State. And when I go, when I go to Ohio, I'm called a traitor because I live in Michigan. Even though I'm not a football fan. I'm like, no, I'm not a traitor. And then when I go to the fact that I live in Michigan and I'm from Ohio, I'm called a traitor because evidently I like Ohio State, even though I'm not into football. So I can't win. I'm going to lose. I'm like, I'm just going to move to Colorado because truly, Colorado or North Carolina are the two states I would love to retire to. So, crazy. All right, so I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Put it out there. It's okay. Come find me, whatever. I'll make you a good meal. Excuse me, I'm so sorry, guys. But it's much better for me to blow my nose right now than for you to hear my snot going up and down. So, yeah, so that's where I live. I'm not close to Port Huron. Sorry. Yeah. I know. I love Colorado. My husband, when we were dating and we were in college, he went for a semester out to Colorado Springs with an organization called Focus on the Family. And we were pretty seriously dating. Like, it was at the point where I was just waiting for him to ask me to marry him. So he flew me out, and I stayed with a couple of the friends he had out there. And we saw Garden of the Gods, and we did Pikes Peak, and just a couple things for a long weekend. And I just fell in love with Colorado. I was like, I want to move out here. so who knows? Oh, Cindy, what do you think of Michigan? Oh, come visit me, Kathleen. I'll make you, I always joke with Fruitini, if any of you go onto hers, I joke about when she did her Sunday Lives, how I would go make Sunday dinner and make enough for everybody. So yeah. Oh, thanks, Gal Charlotte. I'm glad you're part of our family. Oh my goodness. Springfield, Ohio. I know right where that is. Definitely. Okay, I have a question for you guys. Where would, if you could pick any state to live in, and it can be the state you're living in now, what state would you want to live in and why? Like, what I love about Colorado or North Carolina is they have the potential, you know, you've got the mountains, but then you've got some water. Now, I know Colorado doesn't have the ocean. You've got snow, or you've got, you know, nature, fresh air, lots of sun, those kind of things. Just a variety. I'm from the Midwest, so I love variety. I need those 4 seasons. Oh, I hear you, Blonde. I totally understand. Family is huge. I keep trying to convince my parents to move to Michigan. My mom's originally from Michigan. I keep trying to bribe her with grandchildren. Oh, Cindy. Okay, so Jackie says, Arizona, no tornadoes. Have you dealt with tornadoes this week, Jackie? Oh my gosh. I have been praying for Alabama. Cindy's traveling crafts is Hawaii. Yes, great temps all year. Soulful Brush says Florida, beautiful weather and Disney World. Got off my meds says Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. Oh, you're going to be like straddling the states, Wendy. Oh, California or Utah for Miss Carly. Second choice, London. Oh, thinking outside the box there. Like that. Any place where it's warm year-round for Kathleen Cross. Oh, hi, Joy Lynn. So good to see you. She says Colorado, where her family is. Yeah, Jackie, have you been hit with the tornadoes? Oh my goodness, I saw a story of this I don't want to say poor woman, this precious woman who lost 10 family members. Oh, my heart broke. Oh, I can't imagine. Lizzie lives in Canada. Would you want to stay in Canada? Sherry, South Carolina, but she'd consider North Carolina. She wants to live somewhere warm in the winter. Gal Charlotte says Florida West Coast to retire. She just needs most of the money in 10 to 15 years. Yeah, Abra, we need to win the lottery. Let's see. Oh, Michelle, you're one of our Australia ladies. I want to come see New Zealand. Like, my bucket list was Italy and Australia / New Zealand. So, can I ask the difference between New Zealand and Australia? I don't want to be ignorant, but instead of Googling it, maybe we can ask Michelle and she can let us know. I mean, are they synonyms? Is it kind of separate? Is there a cultural difference? What's going on when you say Australia and New Zealand? Okay, Abra, I have to ask you, did you see the story a couple years ago of the older couple who hit every Crackle Barrel? Oh my gosh, that was on their bucket list to hit every Crackle Barrel, and they finally did it. And so I thought of that when you said go state to state, because they went Crackle Barrel to Crackle Barrel. Connie says Illinois. She lives in South Carolina. Oh, Wendy's changing her mind. She says she can pick outside the state. She's gonna do Caribbean and St. Thomas. Let's see here. Rahul says would like to go to India or Nairobi. They're in Austin, Texas. Elizabeth said Virginia for those reasons. You're a mountain girl at heart. Love it. Love it. So, Gal Charlotte, what is the difference? Do you mind sharing with us? Because I want to be informed. Like, I want to get legitimate research here because we have you to help us. Okay, no Google, no CNN, no Fox News. We're getting this information from Michelle, and it's legit. Okay. Marissa says stateside, Texas, New Hampshire, Maine, or Scotland. Cindy's traveling craft. She's going to get her own Caribbean island. I love it. I love it. All right. Take all your diamond paintings with you, okay? Definitely. Okay, so Michelle says that New Zealand and Australia are completely different countries but close to each other. So I'm really confused, Michelle, because when I grew up, they would say Australia was its own country and its own continent. But evidently by what you're saying is that's not true. Like, do they share a continent, or is New Zealand its own, like, island, similar to what Japan is? I'm sorry I'm asking all these questions, but I'm really curious. So what food chain Abram would you hit up? Trying to think. Because lately with all the different chains closing and whatnot, it's hard for a chain. Wonder if you could do like, just trying to think like Steak and Shake or McDonald's, Taco Bell, KFC. McDonald's cracks me up. I went to Boston when I was in college and they had lobster and crab on the menu. And then there was another place I went to that was very, had Indian roots. I forget what, it was so long ago. And so they did not serve hamburger. They only served like chicken and fish due to religious beliefs. And so it's just interesting how McDonald's morphs everywhere. But did you know they have their own Diet Coke recipe? Like if you go to the Coke plant down in Atlanta, Georgia, and I think Coke has 21 different, might be 17, it's on their website, different flavors, even though it's Coke or Diet Coke. McDonald's has their own one, so that no matter what McDonald's you go to, it always tastes the same. And their machines are required to have a certain type of like freeze so that it for sure is cold when it comes out, which is why a lot of people are addicted to McDonald's Coke or McDonald's Diet Coke versus other chains. So Diane and Michelle are telling us that Australia is a continent, but New Zealand is an island. Panera, that might be a good one. Alright, Cindy's Traveling Crafts. We'll see you later. I'll be switching over shortly to Mrs. Coffee. I think I'm going to close up about 9:58, so in about 4 minutes, so we all can switch over. Oh, yes, the cholesterol. Exactly. Exactly. Oh. Oh, yes. I just tried the new orange vanilla Coke drink, and I could not put my finger on the taste. And then my sister-in-law was like, yeah, it's like a orange creamsicle dipped in Coke. And I'm like, that's what I'm tasting. It tastes like an orange creamsicle when you first drink it and then ends with the Coke aftertaste. Oh, yeah, you're yelling at us with your capitals, but I won't hold it against you. Oh. Oh no, Soulful. I'm so glad you were able to be there for her. Oh my goodness. Elizabeth does not like or I think it was too sweet. Now I love cherry Coke. So if I had to choose between Coke and Pepsi, I was raised in a Pepsi family. My dad liked Pepsi, but my uncle, my dad's brother, was Coke. So we always had a family like joking feud where my dad would buy his brother Pepsi for Christmas and my uncle would buy my dad Coke for Christmas. And it would be a funny joke. And then at the end of Christmas, they would trade, and my dad would go home with Pepsi, and my uncle would go home with Coke. And that's just kind of been a family tradition. It still happens. So if it's just the cola itself, I like Pepsi better than Coke. Coke's a little bit too bitter for me. But if it's flavored, I like Coke better than Pepsi because Coke has that strong bitter taste to handle that extra syrup. So wild cherry Pepsi, even though I'll drink it, seems a little bit syrupy to me, a little too sweet, where cherry Coke I prefer. So yeah, I'm a cherry Coke girl, but a Pepsi. That makes sense? I don't know. But I liked the orange vanilla Coke just to try, but it was too sweet for me. Oh, yes, please try it. Let us know what you think. You do not, what? You don't have Coke in Canada? Lizzie, what's going on? what? No Coke in Canada. You've got to tell us. I do have a fun fact that the reason there's no Mountain Dew, but there is Pepsi across the world, is there's an additive in Mountain Dew that's actually considered highly toxic and is illegal in almost every country but the United States. And so therefore, the United States, of course, because of our obesity and heart disease, and cholesterol and diabetes, we're the ones that have the Mountain Dew. Yes, hit the like button, pretty please. I would love that. I always forget to advertise. And hey, I don't have any moderators. So if anybody would like to potentially, I'm just going to put it out there, moderate, let me know through a message or I don't know how you would tell me that's not super public. I'm looking for a couple moderators, but don't get upset if I don't pick you, even if you ask, because it's going to just be like first come, first serve, or if I see who it is that they've attended lives often, because I want somebody who is okay with, they normally attend lives. So yeah, I'm looking and thinking about moderators, so just let me know. All right. All right, so I'm going to read what you guys said. Let's see. Pick me. I'd love to learn how. All right. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight because it is 9:59 and I want to head over and join everybody. But thank you so much for joining our appetizer night. I don't know if I'll keep doing it from 9 to 10, but it's working out for the next couple weeks for me to do it. So we'll see how my life goes. But I'm hoping to make this routine to have Friday night appetizers from 9 to 10. But we will see depending on my daughter's soccer schedule and you guys and just kind of if we can get momentum going. We'll see how it goes. So thank you so much for hosting, for joining. Oh, Michelle, I know you fall asleep a lot. That's okay. I don't take offense. I think that sometimes during the live, I might just go boo really loud to see if we can wake Michelle up. Oh, well, I'm glad you guys have a great night. I'll talk to you later. Until next time, be blessed. And I'm going to shake you so I can find my button to turn turn it off. So I'm going to go stop hosting, and I'm going to go diamond paint with Mrs. Coffee. So see you later.